how to get what you want faster than you ever thought possible. That's a subject for today. In fact, we're going to cover 3 secrets about having it all, having what you want. Yeah, we're going to talk about the active process of getting what you want, but I'd like to actually celebrate with you about what it feels like to having what you want and what has to happen in order for that to happen. I think you're going to like today's show.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of greatness quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool.
When I was 18 years old, I read a book, a self-help book, about what it takes to go ahead and have everything that I want. And one of the things that I learned, I don't remember who the mentor was. Let's call it Brian Tracy. Maybe it was Zig Ziglar. Maybe it was Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich. I don't recall which one it was, but there was this success strategy about writing down your goals every day. And so I was just 18, 19 years old. I was in college, and I thought this made a lot of sense. I'm like, wow, I'm talking to somebody really successful right now. I just read their book. I listened to the recording of them talk about this subject, and I'm going to go ahead and do what they say that I should do. This was a crazy principle for me back then to actually take action with something, and so I did it. And so for the next, let's say a month, for the next month, I can't remember exactly how many days it was, but it was 20, 30, 40 days in a row. I was writing down my goals every single day. And I was starting to feel momentum and success and pride in the fact that I've been taking this consistent action from my new success secrets, the success secrets that I thought were going to give me what I wanted. And so I shared my progress with my mom. And she came to visit me when I was in college, and she was asking me what I was doing and what I was excited about. And so I told her that I was writing down my goals every day. And instead of celebrating with me and congratulating me, the comment that I remember her saying was something about that sounding like a significant waste of time. Like she was surprised that I was doing it, and says, wow, like that seems like a really big waste of time. I'm surprised that you're doing that. And so instead of listening to the millionaires that I had learned from in the tape program or the book that I had just read, I went ahead and listened to my mom. So that day, I stopped writing my goals out every day. If you look at some of the success principles of those people today who are the most successful in the world, they've got strategies that the masses do not have the willingness to do. They aren't necessarily the most ingenious and the most profound secrets of the universe. What they are simple strategies that people apply, foundational strategies that they apply consistently. And I think all too often we find ourselves looking at our environment, looking at the people that are around us, and letting the people that are around us dictate how we are going to spend our time, what it is that we're going to do, and we'll allow them to go ahead and crush our dreams, our hopes, and the thing that's crazy about this, I'm sharing this story as though my mother was the saboteur of my success back then, which is not accurate. I'm sure she said other things that I don't remember. I'm sure she was probably complimentary and patted me on the back a little bit. What I heard was her cynicism, and what I adopted was that. And I allowed it to go ahead and derail me from the secrets to my success. Some of my greatest mentors today. Grant Cardone, like a really cool guy, by the way. I've got the chance to meet him and talk to him, interview him. He interviewed me on his show Power Players a few years ago. And one of his core principles is writing down your goals every day. Something I gave up, 30 years ago. because my mommy said something that didn't make me feel good about what I was doing. So it's really important, I think, for you to listen to where you're getting your information from, where you're getting your success strategies from, and pay attention to the person that has the results in that area that you want. Because the people that I was listening to before I talked to my mom had significant amount more abundance in their life than I believe my immediate family did, if that makes sense. All right, so let's get into some secrets of having it all. This morning, my wife and I are, as soon as she gets up, she'll probably get up in another hour or two. We have a day of mastermind today. My wife had this idea to run a next level mastermind for her current group of women that she works with. For the last few years, my wife has worked with female entrepreneurs, and she created a little movement called Female Empowered Moneymakers. And she has blown up with her success, and more importantly, the success of the women that she gets to work with. It is freaking incredible what these women have done together. She stopped working with men. She likes men, but she decided that she wanted to work with women. And these women together and unleashed are just changing stuff. They almost across the board. I don't think there's anybody that's joined my wife program who hasn't made significantly more money and changed just about everything in their life. Like, it is fascinating. One of my wife's clients made over $6 million working with her in like the first 6 months or something like that. It's insane. So my wife decided that the next level of her success and the next level of success for her clients, and she really wanted to choose the best of the best that would join her mastermind group, that were really applying the principles that she teaches and preaches and tries to live every single day. And so what we're about to go do today is just a fun day. She invited, about a dozen of her ladies to join her on the mastermind journey and to give them an example of what we're going to do by coming together with us. And we're going to go to Clearwater Beach here in Florida for a couple of days. And we've got a nice hotel that she booked it at. We're going to go on a wave runner tour adventure today and go do all kinds of fun stuff today. Today is just like a play day is what she wanted it to be, with the people that she most wants to work with for the next 12 months to create some phenomenal results. And as I've been working with my wife towards helping her craft the protocol for that mastermind that she's put together, to plan today and to plan the following day where she's going to get together and the ladies are going to work on creating their results, I've come up with 3 success principles that I think my wife has been using to create the massive results she's created. And I'm looking at my life, and I'm looking at 4 categories of my life: body, being, balance, and business. And I'm recognizing these 3 secrets I'm about to share with you are the thing that helps me get everything I've got in these areas and will help me get to the next level of what I want. And when I started the show, I talked about there being a difference between getting what you want and having what you want. See, getting what you want is cool. Actually, that's a really important part of the process. Is most of the time we are in the getting. Most of the time we are in the journey. You know, the journey of 1,000 miles has, mile 0 when you're deciding to get started, and then you take a whole bunch of steps. Most of your time is the journey, and you only reach the finish line at the end of the 1,000 miles, and then that's like 1 second, 1 moment, and it's done. But there's also this pride and power and whatnot. Like, the getting, I think, is really important, but isn't it cool to have what you want? Like, when I have food in my refrigerator, that feels a lot different than, I gotta go get the food at the grocery store. It's not that big of a pain in the ass. Actually, I'm not liking going to get anything from the grocery store anymore. I'm so accustomed to now ordering things from Amazon, they just show up on my doorstep. So then maybe that's changing too. But I want to give you these 3 secrets so that you've got them and you can apply them, because I am super stoked that this is a formula that's helped me and just about everybody I know get what they want. Okay, so secret number 1 is clarity. Now, when I first started writing books myself, this was a gigantic gap for me. I know I wanted to get a book done, and I knew that it was going to be important to me, but I didn't really know what the book was going to be about. So I spent 20 years writing or thinking about being an author and taking some action, but without having clarity about getting it done. And I use the example of like building a house, building a dream house. You don't just go to Home Depot and buy wood and then start slapping pieces of wood together in your backyard with nails, thinking you're building your dream house. You might be building a fort, but without the perfect clarity of the blueprint and plan on what you're building, it's just confused. And so all too often, I think we start taking action without clarity. And one of the beautiful things about a mastermind, because this is what my wife has put together, or even just the vision for what that mastermind needs to be, the most important first step is clarity of action, or clarity of what you want, excuse me. So when my wife and I were talking about this took her some days, this took weeks for her to get clarity around. When I now help people with a book, and when my first book mentor helped me get my book done, what ended up happening is I spent weeks, and I think it might have been months, it might have been 2 months of me getting clear and clarity about what I wanted. And then I got it done in less than 24 hours, because the next 2 steps that I'm going to give you are the next part, but we need to make sure we have these in sequence. And so I was looking at my wife's new mastermind she put together and the other things she's created in her life, and I'm like, holy crap, like what happened is she got clarity about the vision that she wanted, which was this mastermind at this next level. Just like I shared with you clarity about a book, or clarity about what you want in your body, or clarity about what you want with your creator and the relationship that you want with your family, with your significant other, with your kids, with the people that you care about most. She got clarity about this mastermind. And then she employed secret number 2, which was communication. She then didn't sit on it. She then communicated. She didn't write a website about it. She just picked up the phone and she started communicating and selling or sharing with excitement and enthusiasm the clarity of her vision with the people that she wanted to get on board. And out of the dozen women that she shared, 4 or 5, I don't know exactly how many are coming today, are joining us for the first event. And these 4 or 5 women probably made the best choice in their lives, I believe, because I know the power that my wife has already created with the groups of women that she has worked with. So I can't wait to see what happens, but check out what happened. I was just recognizing it. She got clarity, and then she communicated. She communicated with herself. She started communicating with others, and then lo and behold, we are here. And that it needed step number 3, which is it needs consistent action. Like what I've built in my body, like I decided years ago that I got clarity that I wanted more energy, more vitality, and more health. So I communicated to myself, I communicated to my wife, I wrote down in my journal what it was I wanted with total clarity. And it was very simple. I just work out every day. And because I wanted to be alive and have energy to do all the things that I want to do. And so then I needed consistent action, not going to the gym once, but to be consistent with it every day. If I look at my relationship with my wife, when it comes to having it all, having versus getting, and there's both the actions here, notice the action of consistent action of the getting every day. But my wife doesn't want me to be nice to her once. She doesn't want me to be cool to her and romantic twice. What she appreciates is the consistent action of me being the man that loves her, worships her, communicates well with her, is with her every single day. That's what my family wants when it comes to the relationship I have with them. And that's what has to happen for my body. I'm up this morning so that I can do my morning routine. I can exercise. I can do the things that I need to do to fuel myself for the day. It is the act and action of getting. This is going to take some work, that consistent action. But the result is that as soon as we get in motion, here's what I'm recognizing. As soon as we're in the motion of the active pursuit of that which we want, we begin to have what we want. It's a little bit different than the milk in the fridge, like I just mentioned, that you're all comfortable that you've got it. You don't have to go get it. This is they happen at the same time. since most of our life is going to be in process and in journey, and rarely are we going to only reach the finish line at the end of the race, then what I love about this concept about clarity, communication, and consistent action is I just believe that the things that I have in my life today came from that formula. The things that I am most proud of, the things that I am most grateful for came from that formula. Not from me listening to the naysayers around me. Like I mentioned the story about my mother, who, God love her, she's great, and I can't wait for her to visit again. She'll see her grandson here next month. And this is not knocking my mother, but the people that are around you, the people that have been around me for my entire life, oftentimes will rain on your parade, will not be as enthusiastic about your plan when you have clarity and you start to communicate. They could knock this out of your hands. They could go ahead and say, it's not going to work. But you get to choose who you're going to listen to. You could choose to listen to me right now and this phenomenal 3-step secret strategy, who is currently living a life that I never would have dreamed was possible, with the most amazing relationship, with a business and my wife's business, and the structure of our finances now are better than anything I've ever had before. I am more grateful and on purpose than I've ever been in my entire life. I have the things that I want in my family. I have things that I want in my body. There's another level to it. And I'm not trying to brag to you saying I've got it all and a bag of chips, because I guess there's part of me that is saying that. I do feel like I have that to a certain degree, but I'm also so hungry for the next level. I'm so hungry for the next level of contribution and connection and caring that I can go ahead and I know I'm capable of. And so the beginning of that is for me to support my wife's journey and vision that she's creating. And so we're going to be doing that today. And it's a combination of getting and having. Getting is the action, the consistent action that she took to go ahead and communicate with those ladies, to bring them here and plan the next 2 days so that they're going to be transformational for us as a family, so we can have what we want to have. But the cool thing is we get to earn it through the consistent action that's going to help us make it come true. And so I hope you like those 3 secrets. I am just not finding a flaw in them. I didn't necessarily know before today's podcast and conversation that I was going to share with you those 3 things, and that those 3 things with specificity are the secret. But as I was studying Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich, and the mentors that I've had over the last several decades that I have followed, and as I'm looking at the people that are around me now that lead, these 3 secrets are present in all of them. Because if you don't have the courage to communicate with clarity what it is that you want, with yourself, with the people that are around you, and then to drop the naysayers, like that's a whole thing. I brought up the focus for my wife, to make sure that you can move past the obstacles that are going to come up, because it will take that consistent action. The day that I stopped writing my goals down in my journal was the day that I bailed on that plan. The day I bailed on myself. And the day that I stopped receiving the benefit of what I was feeling when I was just going through the consistent action of writing my goals down every day. So I don't know specifically what it is that you need to do, but I do highly suggest that my challenge for you today is to get clarity about something you want. What is it that you want that you don't have? What is it that you want? What is something that you want that you don't already have? And get crystal clear about it. That's your only homework for today. And it may be something you could write down right now. You already have total clarity. That's totally badass. If you have that, just make sure that you get really, I guess the next step would be get really clear about why that's such an important win for you. Okay, write that down in your journal, get clarity around it, and now you know the next couple of steps. I don't have to tell you, because I just gave them to you today about communication and about consistent action. And then you get to choose who you're going to communicate with and who you need to get on board your team when it comes to your mastermind, who you need to approach to help you get clarity about your plan. When I work with people in their books, I do not recommend that they figure out their entire blueprint for their house and book and plan and business and mission on their own. That's what architects are for. That's what the next level mentor is for, to help you get clarity around the how to get it done. This isn't the how to get it done. I'm not giving you the action plan on exactly the how. I'm giving you the framework of making sure that you know you need clarity first. See, my clients just need to come to me saying, I know I'm going to get a book done. That's it. They don't even know what it's about. They don't need to know how they're going to go do it. They just need, I'm getting a book done. That's it. I know that this book is the next level of my success for my community, my contribution, how I'm going to make money, how I'm going to position myself, how I can start off today getting the value and communicating that value to the world, how I can launch my new course. I know this book is going to be a lead magnet, whatever. They just need to know that they need it. And now they come to me and I help them with the next level of clarity. That comes to the communication part, right? So your homework, hope that was clear, is to just get clear about what you want. Write something down. And then you can start to deploy the rest of the steps. If you want my help with anything, all you got to do is reach out and say, hey, you can follow me on any of the social media channels and just communicate to me there. I would love to connect with you personally. I have a brand new webinar that's out that's called Blank Page to Bestseller. If you'd like to join that, I'm super stoked to go ahead and train you like mad on really what I think is a phenomenal masterclass, but also give you an opportunity to help you get your book done. I've got a new program that is phenomenal with that, and that is a little piece of my communication to you. To check that out, you can go to epicauthor.com to see the most recent version of that webinar and training, and I'm doing that live now, like every week, to really connect with you and help you and communicate. Man, that was really cool. Hope you like the 3 secrets to having whatever you want. I'll talk to you tomorrow on another daily dose of Greatness Quest.
To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.